Hello guys, welcome and thank you for watching. I want to share with you my experience on mixing and mastering through this bunch of Tuto. I've been struggling for a long time, doing again my mix without really understanding what was going on. So I've been through probably what you also have been doing through a lot of information there and there, gathering them, trying to understand. And I've developed a small method with some logic and standard tool that I am now applying to all my songs. And that's what I want to share with you. It will be step by step. As you see, I'm working with Ableton, but for sure, what I'm saying, the tool and the principle you can apply for every software you might be working on. So the first step is again staging, meaning that we want to make a gain automation within a track. So if you do that, or you could do it on the fader of the mixer here. So you could do this automation on this volume. What happens is when you want later to balance a bit differently your instrument, your voice, whatever, you are going to lose this automation. So what we want is an independent automation in the track. To do that, we use an utility here. Take the utility, you put it on a track. Here, for instance, here the bass. This is these small things here. And you select gain. So this is my line. At this point, it's at 0. I have my automation symbol here in Ableton. Probably you have a different one, I don't know. And then I will show you what I've done. That's the first example for the use of this gain staging. So my utility, it's not this one, I take it out, because I already have one, but I've already started the operation. So let's have a look to the bass, what I've been doing. You see that I've put some dots. So this is my 0 line, and so the volume will be as it is, and then it will be reduced by 3.6 dB, back to 0, and so on. Here, up to infinity, back to 0. Why did I do that? And I think that the best is to see that I've been treating some noises where some resonance coming from an acoustic bass I am using, and it's not really nice, so I've taken them out. And also I've also reduced a bit the energy in the peak here and here. So only the big one, because later we will use the compression in the dynamic management of the sound. But still, when you have a very big peak like that, it's better to already make some reduction in this phase. So without the utility, we can hear the bass.
Slave name literature.
We put on slow. You hear this long resonance and this small noise at the end. Now with my gain staging, so I'm taking out all these defects, reducing the energy in the peak, and this is what I want. Another possibility is to use this gain staging. So usually this peak, this peak, you should look at the voice, because usually it's where you have the more dynamic changes. But in my case, and also something you don't need to do it if it's not necessary. So we'll put in the context and we fold the instrument.
Well,
so this is where I had the biggest peak here.
Those with a well.
I wanted to keep this energy, so I didn't change it. I'm using it also. For instance, this is a violon with a MIDI violon, and I just use that to make it more natural at the end of the phrase. See, And then the last type of application is, for instance, I'm putting more dynamics in the progression of the song by playing with the gain staging here, and I've made some progression. You see from 0 to 1.5, back to 0.5 to 2, and then a small reduction here before I go back to 2. And this you can do also on other things, like I probably have done that also. Yeah, a bit on the guitar and on the song, on the voice. So, but this kind of adaptation you can also do at the end. It's not necessary to do that at the start of the process. So now this phase is okay. We go to the cleaning of the track. So let's start with the cleaning of the track. So the first thing I do is I put on my master a spectrum analysis, which is a standard tool in Ableton. Or something, if you don't have it, you can find as a VST. Huh? And this helped me to make, let's say, a parallel, or to understand in terms of frequency. And this is a frequency here from 0 Hz to 10,000 Hz, low, very low frequency to very high frequency, and what is happening in dB. If I play it, that's this is only my guitar. So you see what is happening for the guitar, but you can also do it for the full song.
I float like a bird.
And I can use that to better understand, to put in relation the frequency and what I hear. So, for instance, for the drum, if I put the drum in solo, let's go. You see, I have here, I can hear clearly the kick, and I identify that's where I have my hertz here. It's 58 hertz, 60 hertz. And when I look at the snare here, it's around 210 hertz. And this zone here, below the kick, is where I can probably derumble. So because it's an useless part, all those bass that could harm the clarity of the song. But and later when we will discuss about embellishing the song, we see if I can probably I will have a look to the kick and the snare. If I have to put a bit more there, I will see. But I know I know where they are. And also we can see all the others. This is true for if we just have a look to so this is the rumbling zone here should be right before the kick. I need to keep the kick. But for instance, if I look at the guitar, let's look. You see the things are happening in this area. Of course, you need to listen to different parts. Not to miss something. But still I see that probably I can go even to 90 Hz for the derumbling of this zone. So this is how I use this information. And now we go ready to the cleaning. For the cleaning, you go in solo mode, track by track. We start with the drums. So to do that, you put an EQ8. Have it also as a standard tool. If you don't have one, you can probably find one as VST. I will show you how it works. So I take everything out. I will play and explain at the same time in solo. So the first thing to put is a low cut filter. So this time of filter here. So you have a selection of filter, and I select this low cut. I activate him, and now I can set up the frequency where I want this filter to be. For sure, I just want to show you the effect. See, it's really cutting the frequency. So you have to be careful with that. You want to keep things also in the bass. Just want to take out some of this rambling zone. So I've seen that my kick is around 60. I could go probably around 45, something like that. And this operation, this low filter, you will put on each track and taking care of where it says your louder note is located. Once you have done this operation, the next one is to look at the resonance. Is there any peak of resonance that can be a problem? So to do that, you take a dot in your EQ here. For instance, this one. You select the bell type filter, this one. This Q parameter is the bandwidth. So you put it almost to the extreme. At the end, you will be at the maximum. You want to be chirurgical in your approach here. And you increase the gain to increase the defect. So sometimes, it can create defects where there is no defect. For instance, in this zone, I know that I will do it differently. I will probably reduce the E-hat in symbols. Here, I have this whistling very high that I don't like. And when I identify here, so yes, you have to sweep from left to right and look for this kind of defect. Here, for instance, I found one. So when you have identified it, you put the Q to the maximum, meaning the tightest bandwidth as possible, and then you make a gain attenuation. So you reduce the energy at this point. It's not really changing, but if this defect is still there, and then you make compression and you increase other zone, and it goes also with other instruments, then you are sure that it will not create any problem. So what I've done here, I've found 3 points. Hold on, I don't want to. I will do it this way to show you the effect I found. This one we are already seen with the 0.6. This one, and I don't need also to because it's not that obvious when you hear. So I don't need to make a very big reduction. I'm only reducing 3 dB here. And the first point thing you hear also. So this is a kind of resonance. This kind of resonance I'm cleaning here. So this cleaning operation you have to do on the different tracks. So once this is done, we will start, and that will be in the next tuto, the so-called management of the dynamic of the sound, or compression, and we'll have a look to the different type of compression for the different instruments and for the voice. Probably there will be 2 or 3 tuto on that. So okay, so meet you for the next one. Bye bye, and have a nice and safe trip.